It's no secret that California has a smash and grab problem. However, it's usually a string of stores that get hit. But now, around this year's Thanksgiving, a new style was activated at a Great Wolf Lodge. If you don't know what a Great Wolf Lodge is, here's a little bit of an intro.
There's no better time than now for a getaway to Great Wolf Lodge.
Except that might not be entirely true. I want you to imagine you're going into a Great Wolf Lodge. I've been to one personally, and it's nice. It's a family-friendly place. You come in and it looks like the inside of a lodge. There's like it's very kind of like Native American themed. There's totem poles, there's wooden statues of bears and eagles and wolves, of course. It's an indoor water park. You're experiencing arcades, food, and overall a very family-friendly place. It's where you want to take your family and make really happy memories. Except this past weekend, imagine this is how you end those memories.
48 cars with busted windows at the Great Wolf Lodge in Manteca. Not the kind of Thanksgiving visitors expected. Police say 4 to 5 burglars went on the smash and grab spree early in the morning. Tickets are required to enter the hotel's parking lot, which is partially gated, but investigators say the criminals still made their way into the lot. Items stolen from the cars include electronics, cash, and at least one gun. In a statement, the Great Wolf Lodge says in part, safety is always our primary focus, and we utilize a variety of security measures in our parking facilities, including gates, video surveillance, and routine patrols. After looking into this incident, police believe there is more to this investigation.
We do believe that they're related to some other burglaries, and we believe that we've recovered the car that was used.
Officers expect to release clearer surveillance video of the burglars at a later point. We'll check in with them for updates. In Manteca, I'm Anahita Jafari, KCRA 3 News.
Now, I don't know what it is about the holidays, but it just seems like crime increases during this time. We just had a shooting in Stockton, and this occurred in the nearby town of Manteca. So this story was reported on the 28th, which is a Friday. So I'm guessing that this happened either on Thanksgiving night or early morning on Friday. I'm guessing, maybe, here's a hypothesis, that these people thought that the Black Friday deals were located inside of these cars. It's like some people got a hold of GTA 6, but like the VR version, and they decided to play it here at this family-friendly venue. You know, I feel like the soft on crime approach, I don't think it's working. I feel like the future of law and order, it's gonna go through the private route. I feel like we're going into that stage in like the dark ages where there's just bandits everywhere, and the people that could protect themselves are the people that were able to afford to. Like they had their own protection. When Elon Musk finally figures out his robots, which I think he's getting pretty close, we all know that the first use case of it is definitely going to be for like pleasure. People are going to make sex robots out of them. That's a given. You know, you just have to look at Grok to see where that's going. But the second use for it, I think if I was a betting person, which I am, I would put my money on the idea that he's going to make security robots. I don't know what the legislative part of the government, or just the government in general in California, is doing, but they need to get their act together, because eventually people are going to realize that they're not doing a very good job. It's almost as if you change the standard for a felony crime to a much more lenient standard. It's like crime goes up. I don't know why. If it's harder to give harsher sentences, it's almost as if it encourages crime. This just happened 1 month ago in the Bay Area city of Concord.
Customers are on edge in Concord after the latest smash and grab break-in, this time at the Sun Valley Shopping Center this weekend. Police say the burglary crew was made up of several young people who were all arrested early yesterday morning.
Sun Valley Mall has been a Concord staple for decades, but Aaron Atley says it's a shadow of what it used to be.
Here, I check my door 2 times if it's locked or not, because people are like stealing, breaking the windows. Like even we lock the cars, they are breaking the window and like taking if there's a backpack.
One longtime mall vendor says smash and grabs are a persistent problem at the mall. He didn't want to show his face for fear of retaliation.
Every store in this jewelry store has probably been hit at least once or twice. Every single one.
They arrived to find the glass door entrance to the mall shattered, and moments later, 7 suspects trying to get away. 4 were arrested after a brief chase. The other 3 caught at the mall before they could escape. Monday morning, the mall reopened, but a boarded up door told the story.
People are like, should we go, should we not go, should we go, should we not go? Like it's not safe. And when it's not safe, like there's no one here. Like
for this vendor, it was another frightening reminder of the dangers of his job. He's already been targeted once this year.
They were all masked up. They come in, sprayed us with pepper spray and smashed the cases and left. And I still think about it every day. I see hoodlums with a mask on. I close my doors and go home early sometimes.
Imagine it being a normal occurrence. It's getting to the point where the normal citizens, the vendors, the customers, just normal people have to be the ones to accommodate for the criminals instead of it being the other way around. Like it's so backwards. Like that vendor was basically like, oh, if I see people hooded, these hoodlums, which is what he used, which I think is kind of funny, but it's not a laughing matter really. But these hoodlums who are like either have hoods or they have masks on, it's to the point where it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm closing early for the day. We're basically telling the criminals that you can do as you please because nothing's going to happen to you. And normal people, guess what? We're telling them, hey, sorry, you guys are just going to have to accommodate them. Like this is just how things are and we're just going to have to accept it. And by the way, if you try to defend yourself or your property, like property shouldn't be more of a priority over life. So you shouldn't be able to defend yourself against these crazy people. It's crazy to think that we're telling people that, hey, you who pay taxes, you who work, you who are trying to live by the law, you have to adapt to these smash and grabbers. Also, like in that last report, they were underage. I'm pretty sure they said that they were underage. So what are we basically telling them? I wonder why. I wonder if there's a correlation between having lax laws for minors knowingly commit crimes and the fact that most of these crimes are being committed by minors. It's common sense. You tell people that you are not going to suffer as bad as a consequence if you continue to do your crimes. They're going to continue to do crimes. And who suffers? The store owners, the customers, law-abiding people. The first ones taxed, the last ones help the people who feel like they have the least amount of rights. Because even when they try to defend themselves, they're the ones that get in trouble. I'm telling you, if cases like this continue to persist, it's either everybody who is a productive person in society is going to leave, or, I hope this happens, we're going to end up developing rooftop Koreans. And if you don't know what that is, there was a case where riots were happening down in LA, I think in the 80s or early 90s. I don't know exactly, but they were rioting, breaking into stores like they are now, although that was induced by a wrongful court decision. But they retaliated by breaking into stores. And in Koreatown, the Koreans were like, no, screw that, we're gonna defend our shit. And they did. And guess what? Their shit was not messed with. Who would have thought that if you gave consequences to criminals or to criminal activity, that criminal activity would decrease? All I know is that the legislative branches of these Democrat states, they're going to have to step up when it comes to crime. Like, I get it. Our prisons are overpopulated. I don't know. I really think we have to look at harsher punishments. We need to find a way to like use them. I know we used to have like prison work gangs. I don't think that's much of a practice now. If we can't find a positive way to use these criminals, it's harsh to say, but I think we're gonna have to start executing them. Also, for the officers out there, like, how does it feel to put in all of the work, right, to catch these guys, to go into harm's way, because you never know how these people are going to retaliate, right? You're going into a very stressful situation with a lot of unknowns. You're going to go in there, you're going to capture these people, knowing that there is a high likelihood that they're just going to get let go. I don't know. That would mess with me tremendously. Like, you're putting your life on the line to enforce the law, but the very laws you're trying to enforce allow for these people to continually get let loose? I don't know. What do you guys think? Write down your comments in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.